All right. It's just a lot. It's a lot. I can say a lot over and over and over, but until you experience it, you will never understand.
Yeah.
And this was the closest show that we do.
Mhm. Yeah, I couldn't imagine Arlington. With
Well, you're
it
fixing
being...
to. So, but anyway, that's what happened for me in Daytona. I'm going to shut up because I said that she was going to talk, so I'm going to let her tell you how, how some of that went down, and talk about it. So, how do you feel? What did you see that you didn't realize?
So, I've done shows previously. They've been smaller shows up in Virginia, but I gotta say, like, when I did my shows, I didn't have that many animals. I had like maybe 15 animals, and I took a wad of cash, got a hotel, and moved up, and that was pretty much it. I just had my little deli cups on the table, and that was that. But man, like, you have so much more. Like, you have all the setups you gotta think about. You have, how you're gonna pack everything, and then the animals, like, figuring out which ones are ready to go, which ones are not. And then you're organizing with people who are picking up their animals at the show. Like, oh my God, there's so much to it. And there's a lot that I wouldn't have thought about either. Like, the budget of everything before even getting to the show, and having a whole team. Like, you have to think about, like, their accommodations and how the team's going to run. I did all, like, the paperwork for setting up for the animals, and that was a ton too. Like having to make sure which animal's going to go in which display for what number. Like, that's, wow, like, I can see why it took a week, after working it with you too.
Yeah, and that's something, when you're working a big crew, who's going to stay where, who's flying in, who's driving where. Arlington's coming up, so now I got to figure out this entire crew, with the exception of Banks' wife Dawn. She's not going to be able to come, but everybody else that was in Daytona is coming to Arlington. So we got to figure out, where everybody's staying at. We got to figure out. I have 6 tables. Chad Holker takes 2 of those from me usually, and he wants to take 2. Jonathan and Caitlin want to bring stuff to sell, so they're going to take up 1 table. So that leaves us with 3 tables and even more animals to take to Arlington. So I got to figure out placement on all that stuff. I got to get an Airbnb, figure all that out, where everybody's going to stay at. I got to figure out how to get Brittany and Banks out there. That's something that I've got to look into. And then, then it's the table costs. There's a lot of money goes in table costs. There's a lot of gas that goes into getting out there. The time off of work from me personally here. Cassie has a dance studio. We have to arrange her entire dance schedule is based off of the shows. We have to be back at a certain time on Monday so that she can have dance on Monday. And so she comes home and doesn't get much of a break either. It's not just it's not just let's just do the show this weekend.
Right.
There's a lot of logistics that go into it.
Right. It's definitely a lot of pre-planning to do a show rather than just...
And a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Yeah, than just, jumping up saying, hey, there's a show this coming month. Oh, let me just go ahead and do it. Definitely way different ballgame.
I would say Daytona cost me anywhere from $6,000 to $7,000. Hardwired Exotics paid out $6,000 or $7,000, probably somewhere in that ballpark. I hadn't done exactly the numbers, but looking at what the numbers look like, that's what I'm gonna say. It costs $6,000 or $7,000 to do it. So,
yeah. That's
are you prepared to do that? I'm not downgrading anybody. I'm just saying, it must be nice to be able to do that.
Right.
Not really. It's not real nice when you pay out that kind of money. But that's some of the stuff that we hear. Why do you do such a big setup? I do a big setup because that's what I want. That I want that. What we done in Daytona, I want at every show. Now, whether or not they're going to give us the tables to do it in Tinley, I don't know. But Arlington's going to be big too. So it won't be quite as much because we don't have quite the table space because we're allowing other people to get some. But anyway, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to think about. But I do recommend, grab some tables at your Repticons, at your Show Me States.
Everyone has
Show Me
to start
Snakes.
somewhere.
Yeah, do that one table. Do that two tables. Jump to that end cap and do those four tables. You don't have to go all out. And those tables at those Repticons and Show Me Snakes are tremendously cheaper. Tremendously. I mean, we're $300 plus on the bigger shows, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, but it is what it is. I mean, I think an end cap for Show Me Snakes is less than $300 for four tables. So, you don't have near about the cost. And if you can, I used to drive Saturday morning wherever I was going, set my entire four tables up, work all day Saturday, crash Saturday night, work all day Sunday, drive home Sunday night, and be at 7 o'clock to a job on Monday morning.
Oh, God.
So don't say that you can't do shows, because you can if you want to. All right, so anything else you want to say about shows?
I mean, not really. Just, make sure you're well thought out for your shows. Make sure, you have the budget for it. And most of all, get out there, because people want to meet you. People want to talk to you. They want to pick your brain as a reptile breeder, and you're not going to be recognized unless you are there.
Right on. So, all right, so if somebody wants to get in touch with you, I think the camera might be falling. Sorry, guys. I'm still in the frame, I think. But anyway, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, how can they reach out to you?
I'll mostly be behind the scenes at Hardwired Exotics. Any comments that you might make on the page or in Messenger, I'll try to be the one to answer them.
Gotcha. So we're going to set her up something for YouTube where she'll have her name with Hardwired Exotics of some sort, so that she can comment under everybody's comments following here on out. So sorry it was such a long video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I really feel like it needed to go out, and hope this answers a lot of questions that we get asked, or at least I get asked. And everybody welcome Brittany to the HWE family, and look forward to seeing where this goes in the future. So, all right, deuces.
Bye.